Next up is Bela Lugosi and the Corpse Vanishes. Now, I have technically seen this movie, but I don't remember it because it was a Mystery Science Theater episode at one point. But I don't remember a thing about this flick. I think this was a sci-fi one on Mystery Science Theater, so I'm not sure. I got no clue what the fuck this is. I mean, suffice it to say, Bella's in it. He's probably doing something nefarious. The corpse vanishes. Let's just bring this up. Alright, so without further ado, let's bring out the corpse vanishes. Hopefully it'll make a little more sense than the vampire bat did. That seems a little loud. I'm gonna take this down a couple of pegs. That was very loud. Wow, this is some cast. Holy shit. Oh, from there I thought it said Iga. Peggy, Sandy, Angel, Mike. Banner Productions. Wallace Fox, the immortal Wallace Fox. Wow, I gotta lower this in my headphones. I hope this is...
Phyllis Hamilton, do you take this man to be your legal, lawfully wedded husband, to love, honor, and obey, until death do you part?
I'm sorry, run that obey shit by me again? Oh, well, hold on. One guy took a picture. Look again.
Take her into the anteroom.
Yes, sir.
Always a bridesmaid, never a corpse.
Dr. Rayburn, I'm Pat Hunter from the Chronicle.
Please, this is no time for interviews.
Shall I telephone for the ambulance?
No. The Undertaker. She's dead.
Wow, he is subtle. Who let Lois Lane into the wedding, by the way? Oh, no. Bella's the Undertaker? Oh, no. Take her to the city morgue. You grill him. You kill him, we grill him. Wait, that isn't the same car. Okay.
Here you are, you can go now.
Is that all? Gee, thanks.
Who knew loading corpses was such a good career move?
Good evening, Dr. Rayburn. I'm from the Forest Mortuary.
Forest Mortuary? Why, two of your men just drove away with the body a few moments ago.
Well, there must be some mistake. They weren't our men.
Well, I've heard of ambulance chasing, but this is something new.
New? It's sensational. Another kidnapping of a dead bride. What a story.
What? Alright. Alright, seriously, if there is a rush of dead bride disappearances, wouldn't you check the credentials of the guys that showed up to take the corpse?
And a few minutes ago, one of the men who helped remove the body of the mysteriously dead bride was apprehended by the police.
Go on, keep talking.
Well, what I told you, I was standing on the corner, minding my own business, when along comes a stiff riding. A guy poked his head out of
Yes,
the window.
he didn't say how long the rest of their lives would be.
With that hearse?
Two. At least all I could see.
What'd they look like?
I don't know. It was dark. I didn't pay no attention to faces.
And I can't see what you guys look like either.
What, with $2 staring me in the face?
Come on, tell it.
$2?
What'd you do with the corpse?
I didn't do nothing.
Tarantino? No, because he's not dropping any N-bombs. And besides, we couldn't see the bride's feet.
As District Attorney, Mrs. Wentworth, I assure you there won't be any trouble. You can proceed with the wedding as planned.
Well, we want some assurance besides words. We want protection.
I'll have plenty of men.
I have plenty of
condoms.
condoms at
And
hand.
if I'm any judge of the appearance of your daughter, she looks as healthy as she is beautiful.
Oh, really, Mother, I think you're making much ado about nothing.
You're not worried, are you?
Not in the least.
I
Well, if we
ache
have
for death.
protection, I'll feel much better about it.
You'll have it all right, Mrs. Wentworth.
Like, I don't have enough on my plate without having to deal with this
Jones and Ryan
bullshit.
away. I'll pick him up.
That's the Wentworth mother and daughter, isn't it? Is the wedding called off?
Certainly not. And there isn't going to be any trouble either.
This
That's what all
bitch
the
is
rest
so
of them want.
gleeful
I
about all
can't
the
ask for
misery.
Miss Wentworth's help, but your paper can print one thing, and that is that there'll be no more theft of girls' bodies.
Okay.
Yeah. This'll get you and Sandy into the wedding, and I want plenty of photographs.
Oh, don't worry, boss. I got enough film to cover the Russian front.
Oh, Mr. Keenan, you promised to take me off the society column.
Oh, quit beefing. You're getting a break. This is the most exclusive wedding of the year.
What if the Wentworth girl drops dead, too?
You'll still tell me what she's wearing along with the rest of the fancy pants. Get me the guest list and don't bother about anything else. I've got 3 men working with the police, and there'll be plenty more thereabouts. If the bride pulls up this time, there won't be any snatching. I'll get
Yep,
going.
one more dead bride.
Oh, I wouldn't let that bother
No,
you,
because the
sweetie.
body
You
disappeared.
wouldn't know a clue if it bit you.
The brides are just dying
I
and being
remember
taken
those
away.
Stooge.
And yet, nobody's checking to see who takes the brides.
Why are you so nervous, Mother? After all, I'm the one that's getting married.
I'm the one that's going to lose her virginity tonight to some boorish man.
Go wrong.
Forget it. Nothing can possibly happen.
Oh, Alice! Oh, you look perfectly beautiful.
I look all right.
Oh, yes, I'm so thrilled.
Oh, I am too.
Oh God, it's like The View. If she dies, I'm not paying for this.
Can I help it if we had a blowout?
Serves you right. Why don't you buy some new tires for this bus?
You know, I've been thinking of getting... Hey, are you kidding?
Come on.
I don't know if that was supposed to be funny or not. Well, we're here, boss. That wasn't shaving the haircut. I won't answer to anything less. This fucking creepy motherfucker poking out the back of a hearse.
Oh, Dwight, you mustn't come in here. It's bad luck.
Oh, not even a peek?
Not even one. You'll see me soon enough.
You see? Girls, do you mind if I had these last few minutes alone with Alice? Oh,
I know. We understand.
We'll go.
Back in the days when your bridesmaids' dresses didn't have to be one and the
You're about
same.
to lose me.
I hope not forever, dear.
Of course not. What are you talking about?
Do you feel all right, dear?
Certainly, I never felt better in my life. You should forget all that silly nonsense about those brides dropping dead.
By the way, have I tempted fate enough yet?
For Miss Wentworth.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, seriously.
For Dwight, no doubt.
Oh, wear this next to your heart, darling. All my love. What an unusual orchid.
Well, I never saw
I
it like
bet
it
that the
before.
orchid makes you pass out and appear like you're dead. You know, perhaps we shouldn't park this hearse right outside the chapel.
The minister is ready, Mrs. Wentworth.
Thank you. Say a little prayer, darling.
I'll say a little prayer for you.
You look faint, dear. Do you feel all right?
She conveniently knocked the stupid thing off before she passed out, too.
picture of the month.
Right up a skirt. She's wearing flowered panties and everything. Be careful not to bump her head. There's a little bump on the edge of the nurse. Wait a minute. They were waiting in a black car. Whoa, they got the cops, too. Damn, she's got an escort. Jesus Christ, maybe he wants a getaway car with a muffler?
I just phoned the news to Keenan. Did you get any more pictures?
Did I get pictures? I covered everything except a close-up of this pretty posy.
Why, that looks like the one the bride wore. What are you doing with it?
Presenting it to you, sweetheart, as a token of my devotion. Take a smell.
Who ever heard of an orchid with a scent?
Well, that one has. Maybe it's a clue.
What a peculiar sweet odor.
And she's out.
Romaine salad. Hey, Pat. You're not going to pass out too, are you?
No, I'm okay.
You stay right here.
Gentlemen, you could radio this in and continue your guard detail. Yes. I've played Grand Theft Auto. I know how to do this. I walk up to the car, I push Y, we chuck him out, and we take the car. Really? The dudes in the front of this truck ain't realizing that the corpse is getting stolen out the back? Hey, did you just hear the door close? Nah, me neither.
What kind of a gag is this? No driver, no license plate. Maybe it isn't a gag. Maybe it's a decoy. Well, maybe you're right.
Well, maybe one of you could have looked over your shoulder during this whole thing and seen the black car driving away.
Calling all cars. Another abduction of a girl's corpse. Brunette, 22 years of age. Stop and search all trucks and suspicious-looking cars. That is all. Burnside.
Alright. Nothing. Where's the fire, young lad?
Pile out. We're taking a look inside this rig.
Sure thing, officer.
Where are you going with this corpse in the back of your car, laddie?
It's a corpse, all right, but not the one we're looking for.
What the
All
fuck?
right, go ahead.
Bella's just lying on top of the poor girl's corpse.
Change that headline to read as Wedlock Challenged. Then set up an editorial attacking the DA's office for playing marbles while some madman runs away with the bodies of dead brides.
Okay, Mr. Keenan.
Send me up the proofs right away. Oh, so it's you. Well, of all the rotten stories that have ever been turned into this office, yours takes the prize. No guest list, and we don't even know what the bride wore.
She wore this orchid.
Listen, Miss Hunter.
This
I have
is
a great
back when,
I'm a public servant. Parents are
this is back when
calling
reporters
prodigal
did more
Spanish
detective
people
work than
with
actual
tears
policemen
in their
did.
voice, begging for news of their daughters. I have a daughter myself who's about to be married. Maybe she'll drop dead too, but she won't.
If I'm lucky, God.
I didn't say that.
Well, then what are you talking about?
Every one of the brides that died and disappeared were wearing one of these orchids.
How do you know?
Well, I checked. Look at these pictures.
All right, perhaps it's a coincidence. It still doesn't spell anything.
Then
You
where
want
did
it-
the Wentworth girl get this orchid? The bridegroom didn't give it to her.
Perhaps a dozen people gave it to her. Her mammy, her pappy.
No,
I'm not in the mood for to be a
This orchid has
detective.
peculiar odor. That's unusual.
Well, if you think it's a clue, why don't you follow it up?
Is that an assignment?
It's a notice that you're through if you don't bring something in.
Okay, Mr. Keenan.
It's a get the fuck out of my office. Uh-oh. Jesus Christ. They're gonna die of smoke inhalation. Oh, I left a wake-up call for 4:15. What fucking time is it? I love the way he climbs out of coffins.
My little family. You're all so
Is that a crack at me, boss?
The Countess is waiting.
upstairs.
There.
Oh, you must hurry. Mike.
This seems kind of elaborate when you could just go down and pick up a hooker and drug her and bring her back to the house.
Are you suffering, my beloved?
Terribly.
I'm so sorry, but I was detained. Please forgive me.
Forgive you. You loiter and waste time while I wait here dying. Dying.
You know, if you weren't such a whiny bitch, I might have had a little incentive to come back sooner.
Death and agony like this. Look at me. Look at me.
Calm yourself, my dear.
Now, will you hurry?
Would you take a fucking chill pill? I'm working as fast as I can. Alright, let's see here. Put on the Playtex sleeving gloves. One size fits all my ass. Here's the formaldehyde booster shot. Oh, wait. It isn't easy to work with you moaning in my ear like this. Uh-oh. Why is it clear? What the hell did he suck out of her? Her tear ducts? Okay, put this liquid on the Bunsen burner and we'll look like we're in business. Now I'm going to give you a small shot of shut the fuck up. Please, I must swab alcohol on the wound. We don't want an infection. Listen to her. Yes, that's the pointy end. That's the one that goes in. Why do all assistants... Why are we... This is a creepy assistant night. And why did he need gloves for this? Let me get my gun. Oh, jeez. Damn, cat o' nine tails. That motherfucker didn't even flinch. For God's sakes, couldn't I have just found normal assistance?
Why do you beat my son so hard?
Because he's a beast, an animal, and someday I shall have to destroy him.
My poor
son, why was he ever born?
'Cause you fucked somebody. Whoa, hello, Countess.
Can you bear to look at me now?
Of course. You're beautiful.
It's so much cheaper than Botox.
Will she live?
As long as she can be of any use to us.
She's pretty.
Hmm.
Very young.
All of them must be. Come, my dear.
If I could do this to a bunch of old geezers, it wouldn't be as tragic.
None of the florists I checked with ever saw an orchid like that.
Well, that's not surprising. This particular type belongs to the Stanhopea class. It's a very rare species.
Do you know of anyone that grows them?
No.
No, but
If you wish to find out more about
I heard this Seymour Krelborn guy
suggest you
has
look
a
up a
bunch of
man by
weird
the name
plants
of
down in
Lorraine.
Harlem.
He was the one who originally hybridized this plant. Over in Europe somewhere.
But I just can't go to Europe just to...
Oh, that isn't necessary. He lives up at Brookdale now.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
You're quite welcome.
Can I interest you in a little cup of steaming hot me?
Looks like that box got a coffin in it, Jet.
Sure does. For Professor Lorenz. What do you suppose he wants with a coffin?
Search me. He's such a strange, spooky guy. The further I stay away from him, the better.
Me too.
It's that Lugosi fella. He needs a coffin in every movie. It's just weird.
Go ahead, take it away. Glad to get rid of it.
Back in the day when you can order mail order coffins without having to answer a whole bunch of weird questions.
Taxi lady?
Yes.
Right this way. Where to, miss?
To the home of Professor Lorenz.
Lorenz, I'm sorry, I can't take you there. I am out of gas.
You mean you won't take me?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I just.
Is this the only taxi in town?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Yeah,
Look,
it's
I
the
simply
one
got
taxi
to get to
town.
the Lorenz place. I'll make it worth your while.
He tries him out himself.
That truck's
This
going
is
up
so
there. You
comfy.
must get a ride with him, that is, if you don't mind riding with a coffin.
Would you give me a lift to the Lorenz place?
What do you want to go there for?
To see the professor.
Does he expect you?
No, but
Then
I...
we can't take you.
No, you don't. Wow, she is Lois Lane levels of stupid. We got a stowaway. Nobody here but us chickens.
Get off and stay off.
Look, I've got to see Professor Lorenz. It's important.
I said you couldn't ride.
Have a nice walk back to town, lady.
Hey, wait a minute. You've got my bag. Oh.
Lady, I wouldn't pick you up if your hat was on straight. That's good. A nice hike through the fucking forest in high heels. Is this the taxi guy? Wow. Back then you could stand in the middle of the road and people might stop.
Well, certainly not. Where are you going?
I'm trying to get to the home of Professor Lorenz.
Well, you're in luck. That's where I'm going. Get in.
Thank you.
Boy, Professor Lorenz is a popular guy today.
My name is Dr. Foster.
I'm Patricia Hunter.
Are you a friend of the Lorenz?
No, I'm a reporter. I hope to interview the professor. You're his doctor, I presume?
Well, not exactly. Lorenz is a doctor himself, but he has no license to practice. I've been working with him. We're trying to find a cure for his wife.
Oh, I see. What type of people are the Lorenzes?
You'll find them very interesting.
I'm sure you will.
Professor Lorenz is a man of unusual accomplishment, but his wife is rather peculiar. I expect you'll find them both a bit eccentric.
She moans uncontrollably, and he likes to kidnap brides. This doctor has more weird underlings than Dr. Frankenfurter. Hey, aren't you the lady I said I wouldn't give a ride up? Ah, never mind. Oh my god. The doorknobs are like 3 feet off the ground. Just to accommodate him? It's so bizarre.
Toby, tell your master I'm here.
Lady, don't fart in my direction, okay? It's really rude.
Cheerful little fellow, isn't he?
I told you they were eccentric.
I'm inclined to believe you.
Pardon me, ma'am, if I can get you off your Emperor Palpatine chair.
Get out, you gargoyle! Get out!
Stone by day, warriors by night.
Good evening, Dr. Foster. Come right in. Good evening, Professor Lorenz, Countess. May I present Miss Patricia Hunter?
How do you do?
We have been expecting you.
So you found my bag in your truck?
Yes, there it is.
That it is, safe and sound.
I came here hoping you might grant me an interview.
An interview? About what?
No one asked you to come here. You are not welcome.
Oh, jeez!
Control yourself, my dear. I'm sure Miss Hunter meant no harm. Please forgive my wife. She's not well.
She's very sloppy.
She'd better retire.
So that's what you call being eccentric. Well, I have another name for it.
Bitchy.
I do not like that girl. She is here for no good.
We have nothing to fear.
Except perhaps your accent is worse than mine somehow. Ah, it was a dark and stormy night. I love it.
Not at all, Dr. Foster. This is our evening for work. Please, be seated.
Thank you.
Would you like an ice pack for your face?
What do you wish to interview me about?
Orchids.
Orchids?
Yes, I understand that you're an authority on the subject.
They were once my hobby, but I haven't grown any for several years. Which species are you interested in?
A very rare one of the Stanhopea type. A horticulturist told me that you're the original hybridizer of it.
Would you give me his name? I'd like to schedule a surprise
yes, I have
for
one in
him.
my bag. I'll show it to you.
Where did you get it?
Oh, a friend of mine gave it to me. You see, I'm doing an article on orchids for my newspaper, and I thought that you might be willing to supply me with some special data.
I'm sorry I can't spare the time tonight, Miss Hunter. You see, I have very important work to do with Dr. Foster.
I understand.
If your interview can wait until morning, I'll drive you back here then. If that's agreeable to Professor Lorenz.
Would
it's
you-
quite agreeable, but I would suggest that you both stay here as my guests.
Thank you very much, but I have to go to the hotel.
Just as you wish. I think it would be foolish to go out in such a storm. The professor is right, Miss Hunter. Perhaps we had better remain.
You know how that rain can ruin your hat.
Back to the village.
I'm afraid that would be an imposition since you've so much work to do. Thank you, I'll stay.
I'll have my wife come in and tuck you
We'll
in.
show you to your rooms. So we take up Miss Hunter's bag.
Really, boss?
Good night.
Good night. I'll meet you in the study soon. Very well.
Why are you following her up to her room?
Why did you ask her to spend the night here?
Very special reason.
Oh, sorry. Force of habit. Get back in your cupboard under the stairs, Harry Potter.
I guess you sleep very good. Maybe.
A few times I've stayed overnight here, I slept unusually well.
It must be wonderful to have nerves like that. Tell me, just how well do you know these people?
Why, actually, not very well. I've only recently moved into the village. You know, a young doctor trying to establish a practice.
Well, I must be
You're a young doctor? Oh, hi.
Good night.
Oh, wow. Bella is surprisingly quick. I wasn't spying.
What do you want? Yes.
I want to slap the other side of your
How did you
face.
get in here? So young. Such lovely skin. Sometime you too will be a bride.
You got me wrong. I'm a lesbian. Yes, I'd like a room without a secret passage. Oh, he stole the flower. I think I'd rather get struck by lightning than spend the night here. No. No, not the fake teeth. No, not the bat on the string. No. I've come to sniff your panties. Ha ha ha. There were a lot of creeps in the 50s. Like, any woman falls asleep in a movie, there's a guy over them just staring. Like, oh. Staring at, like, Homer Simpson stares at donuts. Damn, how did this work when I was Dracula? It was so much easier then. My creeper sense is tingling. I smell Axe body spray. Oh, it was nothing, I'm sure.
I know where you're going. Someday, the master will catch you. Then you'll be sorry.
Then it'll make you smell like me. They make Grandma sleep in the fucking chair, man. What the fuck? I've got to study how he makes his mustache so sharp. It's amazing. What the hell's he holding? It is my night to stare at people while they sleep. It's kind of a thing. It's a strange OCD. Oh, no. No. No, creeper. No. It must have been rough being a woman in the 50s, man. Really? You're gonna bother to put your wrap on? And your shoes. Damn it, he's 12 miles away by now, but at least I'm dressed.
Dr. Foster! Dr. Foster!
Oh, okay. One, they sleep in coffins. Two, they don't lock the fucking door. Yeah, her hair is perfect.
I just saw someone in my room, a horrible-looking creature.
God damn it.
Back there.
What do I got to do to get a good night's sleep in here? Close my coffin lid? So she reports this, but she doesn't report that she saw the host and his wife in coffins in the next room.
Apparently he's not here now. Where did you see him?
Leaning over my bed.
Of course, you might have been dreaming.
I'm positive I wasn't. Earlier in the evening, Mrs. Lorenz suddenly appeared and then disappeared. Do you suppose there's another entrance to this room?
I doubt it.
I suppose you're on drugs.
Try to go back to sleep. No one's
What?
going to
What?
harm you. I'm sure it was just a nightmare.
I think this whole place is a nightmare. Professor Lorenz and his wife were actually sleeping in coffins. I saw them.
We often find it difficult to explain the peculiarities of some people.
Okay.
I'm awfully sorry to bother you.
It was no trouble. If you're frightened, call me again. Good night.
Or if you want a massage or something. Where the fuck is he staring from? This room has like 8 secret entrances.
What is the trouble?
The angel. He has disturbed our guests.
Always the angel. He is a menace to us.
Yes.
The angel? They call him the angel?
Time has come to dispose of him.
Should I get the man? Fuck the man. Should I maybe not wear my high heels when I go sneaking around the house? Nah. These are my stealth heels. And why does the secret compartment in her room lead right to the creepo den? Baby, you've come back to me. Although the way this is shot, we have absolutely no idea of... To be fair, that's often the face I make while eating fried chicken. The secret compartments in this house take up more square footage than the actual rooms. Yeah, he just screamed, "Oh, you know, don't just drop your chicken leg on the floor while you're raising a barn." God, this reminds me of Haunting Ground. God damn it, if only my peripheral vision worked. Wow, I can't imagine how she outpaced you, buddy. Dun, dun. Oh, they just keep them in the drawers. That's fine. You know, out of everything he could be doing to these women's corpses, petting the hair is refreshingly not disgusting. Hey, close my drawer, will ya? Wow, if this guy's head turned left or right, she'd be in big trouble. Yeah, hide yourself in a drawer. Oh no, occupado.
Don't be afraid, Angel. I did not hurt you.
Bella's strangling face is hysterical. Oh, very creepy. But considering what he could be doing to her, wow, that was quick. Ugh, let me sterilize my hands. His neck hadn't been washed in 24 years. Oh, like you're even sorry that this happened. Seriously, I've never known any woman who's ever fainted. Fucking women in 50s horror movies are like fainting goats.
Good morning, Miss Hunter.
Oh, good morning. Just a minute, Dr. Foster. I want to see you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were up.
And I want to see you,
I've been
too.
up all night with dead people.
Dead people? What do you mean?
Come in and I'll tell you.
What the?
What kind of a place is this? Last night I had the most horrible experience of my life.
Well, what was it?
I saw lots of girls in crypts down underneath this house.
Oh, the blood rushed to her feet.
What was that you were saying, Miss Hunter?
Why I do a mausoleum in the basement.
Mausoleum? What are you talking about?
I don't even know the meaning
what
of the
I'm
word.
talking about? All those dead girls and that horrible dead creature.
My dear, you must have had a bad dream.
Now look, Professor, this was no dream.
When did you see all this?
Shortly after I called you and told you about that horrible creature in my room.
Is that true, Dr. Foster?
Why, I don't recall anything about it, Miss Hunter. You must be mistaken.
What?
If I was dreaming, it was the darndest nightmare I've ever had.
Well, I slept very soundly myself.
You must be a fragile woman.
You see, in our dreams, our minds play strange tricks on us sometimes.
In my dreams, I speak like a normal person.
Oh, Professor, that orchid I brought up here to show you's gone. I couldn't find it in my bag.
That's too bad. Perhaps you forgot to pack it. Will you be down soon?
Yes, right away.
Are you coming, Doctor?
Of course.
Okay, if that secret passage works in her thing, why wouldn't you check to see if the secret passage is there? Huh, when they put her back to bed, they didn't realize that the orchid was there.
Shall we go into breakfast?
No, thank you. I've got to get back to the city. Will you drive me to the station, Dr. Foster?
I'll be glad to.
But what about the interview?
Well, that'll have to wait until some other time. I just remembered an appointment at the office, so I've got to catch the next train. You'll excuse me, Countess?
Yes, I will.
Yes, I will, bitch.
Oh, Professor, do you also make a hobby of collecting coffins?
Why, yes, in a manner of speaking. I find a coffin much more comfortable than a bed. Many people do so, my dear.
Oh, yeah.
So strange Did I accept one while waiting for eternal rest?
No, I suppose not. Well, thank you for your hospitality. Goodbye.
I trust we will meet again.
In
It
your
is so
nightmares.
nice meeting you.
Don't tell me I'm still dreaming.
What do you mean?
That gravedigger. He's real, isn't he?
Wait, who's this dude?
Oh, he's real, all right. But I hardly think he's a gravedigger. More likely laying the foundation for a house.
You're a trusty
Yeah,
soul, aren't you?
one man is digging the foundation for a house.
I envy you.
Are you trying to make me believe you're one of those hard-boiled reporters that we read about or see in the movies?
No, but working on a newspaper, one becomes cynical and suspicious.
Well, it was a 12-mile trip. I need to fill up on gas. Luckily, it's only 6 cents a gallon.
Well, I've enjoyed meeting you, Miss Hunter. I hope to have the pleasure of seeing you again.
I have a hunch you will, Dr. Foster.
Oh, tell me. Just why did you come up here? Or is it the secret?
It is, but somehow I feel that I can trust you.
You can.
You
You've
can.
heard of the case of the vanishing brides.
Why, surely.
I think I have a clue.
You don't mean that you suspect...
Yes, I do. I want to show you something. What are these?
Why, they're orchids, of course.
You
Yeah,
said they're
silly.
orchids, and they didn't grow in my dreams. They're exactly like the one that disappeared from my bag.
Where did you get them?
I found them on the floor beside my bed this morning. The person who came into my room last night must have brought these with him.
That seems like a logical explanation.
No, it
There's
doesn't.
no question about it. Honestly, Doctor, don't you remember meeting me in the hallway last night?
No,
Yes.
And if I did, I...
In fact, if they ever dig up
Either that or...
Giant Stadium, they'll find Jimmy Hoffa under there.
Yes, that's quite possible.
Foundations are such lovely corpse hiding places.
Well, watch your step, and if you discover anything, phone me.
That's a promise.
Goodbye.
Except I don't have your phone number.
Au revoir.
All right, print the story on page 1. Keep your fingers crossed that this paper isn't sued for libel by some of these phony suspects that the police are bringing in.
Well, get me a rembrandt of the guy they just brought in.
I don't want photographs. I want real clues.
I took hard and fast.
Can't pick up the madman who's stealing the bodies of these dead girls. Maybe
Jim,
Okay, I'll throw it in the
my
wastebasket.
foundation diggers, Jimmy Two Fingers and Paulie Walnuts.
The only thing he gets over there is a game of gin rummy. Tell him to get back here.
Well, I got something.
I'll say you have. You're fired.
What do you mean? You can't do that to me.
Listen, just because the bodies of dead girls disappear is no reason why you can do a vanishing act.
But you gave me the assignment.
Yeah, I suppose I did.
I was gone for 24 hours.
Well, hey, not so fast. Listen, Mr. Keenan, last night I went through the most gruesome experience of my life.
You should talk. All my life has been a nightmare.
Well, you can rest easier now because I've seen plenty. If I can only prove I wasn't dreaming.
Dreaming?
Oh, good God, you're so
I had a
fired.
dream last night myself. I dreamed you gave me that raise you've been promising me.
All right, Madame Zora, go on with your dream story.
Well, there's a certain Professor Lorenz that lives upstate. He knows all about orchids, but insists that he doesn't grow them anymore. Yet I found these in my bedroom this morning.
Listen, Dizzy, you didn't go off someplace and get married, did you?
No, I didn't. But I saw the bodies of those other missing brides.
All right. Now, take it easy. Stop breathing hard, Pat, and tell me all about it.
You're accusing her of breathing
Any
hard?
bodies?
Well, yes and no.
I see. Just a bit of ectoplasm.
Well, I'm sure I did, though, only...
Ectoplasmic residue, and it's real.
Yeah, you're suffering the same way I am. I see brides everywhere. Hear wedding bells ringing in my ears.
And I saw a dead man, too. A monstrosity.
Very well.
I'd like to see Miss Hunter.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's busy. She's with Mr. Keenan.
She's
Very
getting
important
fired.
to see her. I'm Dr. Foster. I wonder if you'd mind announcing me.
Mr. Keenan, there's Dr. Foster here. Insists on seeing Miss Hunter.
Tell him he can have all of her time from now on.
That's the Dr. Foster I was telling you about. Maybe he has more evidence.
All right, send the sawbones in.
Hey, look, if you don't mind, I'm going out for a nervous breakdown.
Man, the newspaper industry was really high pressure.
Yes, I drove down.
Dr. Foster, Mr. Keenan, my editor.
Very glad to meet you,
How
Mr.
do you
Keenan.
know?
Dr. Foster, you think might be in on it?
Telling me a weird story about a certain Dr. Lorenzo
Although he
up in
did
your
say
neighborhood.
that he didn't,
Weird, all
she
right,
didn't
but I'm
say anything to
confident
him.
it's true. After you left, I looked around the station to find out if Lorenz had any other coffins assigned to him. I found a consignment, all right. And instead of a coffin, it was a box filled with this stuff.
Tar heroin.
That's ordinary garden moss.
It's moss, all right, but not ordinary. This is a special type used by florists and hybridizers for growing orchids. It's called osmondin.
Which proves that he does grow orchids like these. And the same kind were worn by every one of the brides that died.
Well, maybe it is a clue. But how do I know?
Well, since a man brought me a clue, I guess I'll buy it now.
She admits that you don't remember talking to her.
I could have talked to her while in a somnambulistic state, under the influence of hypnotism.
What?
Oh, now, wait a minute.
What?
Are you trying to tell me that this Professor Lorenz is a hypnotist as well as a horticulturist?
Why not? My short acquaintance with him has convinced me that he's a man of unlimited talents. He's strange, peculiar. I've even suspected him of being insane. But the fact remains he's not only a doctor, but a physicist and a scientist of great ability.
Wait, what?
What about this hot-headed wife of his?
I hesitate to bring her into the case at all. Professional ethics forbids a doctor talking about his patients.
Oh, forget about your ethics, doctor. After all,
We're in the newspaper business. Ethics went out the fucking window.
Come on, tell us all you know.
The peculiar fact about her is that although she has the appearance of a young woman, her heart and arteries indicate that she's at least 70 or 80 years old.
What?
That doesn't explain anything. Certainly doesn't explain why Dr. Lorenz should steal these dead girls.
It's possible they may still be alive.
Alive in a cataleptic state?
That's it.
Cataleptic?
All right.
What?
What are your other deductions?
Well, simply this. These young girls, whether dead or alive, are being used by Lorenz in some manner as human guinea pigs to sustain his wife in a youthful state.
Oh, that's
cuckoo, cuckoo,
Nothing
cuckoo.
of the kind. Scientists are finding out every day that glands and hormones have a lot to do with life and health.
The glands in our bodies help determine the condition of our teeth, the texture of our hair.
All right, we'll admit all that.
But that doesn't make...
I wouldn't dare print such a fantastic story.
I bring you the biggest story of the
A
year.
Cadillac
I have to
state?
get this newspaper a real scoop, and you call it fantastic.
All right, I'll put Doyle on it to track it down.
I'm afraid you won't get very far. Professor Lorenz is a clever man, clever enough to withstand any investigation and destroy any evidence.
Uh-huh.
The fellow.
How?
Well, he steals dead brides, doesn't he?
Oh, now look, Pat, do you want to be a June bride?
Oh, sure. I mean, that is, no, not yet. Anyway, Lorenz knows me.
All right, then stop talking nonsense. This paper can't assume the responsibility of such a harebrained scheme.
Oh, please, Mr. Keenan, you can't pass up an opportunity like this.
No, yeah, I totally fucking can. I always knew I'd go from rags to riches.
Hey, she's cute. Well, would you like to dance?
Later. Business before pleasure, you know. Hello, Peggy. Hello, Pat. Miss Woods, Dr. Foster.
Good evening, Miss Woods.
How do you do? I have something important to tell you. I'm all ears. Let's go to your dressing room. Okay.
All right.
Follow me, boys. Oh.
Peggy, I've landed a good part for you. A chance to prove your talent.
Really? What is it, a picture or a play?
Neither one. My paper's going to stage a phony wedding, and we want you to be the perfect June bride.
Now, wait just a
With
minute.
bridesmaids and flowers and all the trimmings.
Did I mention you might get killed?
No. You've heard of the case of the vanishing brides.
Sure.
Well, this is a plan we have to trap the person who's been stealing their bodies.
Are you kidding?
Certainly not. The job will pay you plenty.
How will I collect if I'm dead?
You
Thank you.
won't be dead. All you have to be careful of is not to smell any flowers.
All I do is lie 6 feet underground and push them up. Nix, count me out.
Listen, Peggy, I'm offering you a chance to get your picture on the front page of every newspaper in this country. Overnight, you'll be famous. Broadway producers and Hollywood studios will be offering you contracts. Why, it's the chance you've been waiting for.
This bitch is horrible.
She's a most unusual type.
Breathing.
Fascinating eyes.
She'll make a charming addition to our family.
June 20th.
A date we shall not forget. Father, what are you doing in this part of the house?
Master, I keep hearing my son's voice calling for me.
That's impossible. I murdered him myself.
Go back to your work.
Master, you shouldn't have done it. He didn't deserve to die.
Do what I say and don't come up here again.
Yes, Master.
God, it is so hard to find good help these days.
Well, everything's all set. She's young and pretty.
Yeah. What assurance have we that this Lorenz guy will show up to make the snatch?
And what happens if he does kidnap this fake bride?
Well, the private chapel and neighborhood will be covered with guards, and, well, Lorenz hasn't a chance to escape.
Yeah, because the police weren't all over the last one.
I'm the sucker, and out $500.
And if he does, you have an exclusive story with big, juicy headlines.
You know how many papers I gotta sell to make $500, lady? We're selling these things a nickel a piece.
Well, blushing bride, here's where you go on for your big scene, or big flop. My knees are shaking. There's nothing to be afraid of. Here's your bouquet and the phony orchid. Now, don't forget to put on your act.
Leave that to me. You got plenty of photographers out there?
Certainly.
And what about the cops?
How many times do I have to tell you nothing's going to happen to you?
Oh, Miss Hunter.
Yes?
I wanted to ask you, in this ceremony, shall we use the word cherish or obey?
You mean for the bride?
Yes.
Well, just
No.
for this once, let's put the old-fashioned word in. Obey.
I've marked the words here. Just read the ceremony slowly, solemnly.
Yes, I understand.
I hope what you're doing isn't wrong.
It's all in good cause.
Well, I suppose it is.
We didn't need to
Well, if you need me, you'll
worry
find
about the
my-
morality of
Thank
this.
you. You've been grand, Reverend. You'd better go get
Why
ready.
did they need an
What do I do
actor to
now?
play the Reverend when they
March
got the
down
Reverend
aisle
right
and
there?
Don't forget to faint at the altar.
Well, here goes nothing.
How's everything going?
All right so far, I guess.
Good.
Ceremony's about to begin.
I certainly hope somebody shows up besides these ham actors I'm paying.
You know, it seems to me that if Lorenz were ready to strike, he'd have sent an orchid.
Just a minute. I'll take that.
Did you say orchid?
And I'll take you with it.
But I'm just
There
a
you are.
florist.
Looks like our man's going to pounce all right.
It looks like you're right.
Alright, just for the record, he knows both these two nudniks know who he is. Why would they be in the building where they could be seen?
It looks just like a real wedding, doesn't it?
Yes. Too bad it isn't.
Why?
Ours.
What?
Is that a proposal, Dr.
What?
Paulson?
It certainly is.
Oh my god, I just dropped my controller. Hold
The
on.
minister would like to speak to you in his study, Miss Hunter.
But, oh, you mean the real minister?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Sorry about that. My controller fell off my lap. What?
You wanted to see me, Reverend?
Yes, I did, my dear. Oh, he put her in the $1 Million Dream.
Where's Pat?
Minister sent for her.
Oh, don't forget my hat. Very important. He's known her for like 3 days. And he's like, marry me, bitch. I gotta have that. Wait, he knows the secret rooms in here too? Wow, what was that, a paper mache lock? Yeah, buddy, the hat doesn't add much height. You're not fooling anybody. Watch my knees, Bella! Shut up, bitch. Oh no! Oh, we got the little guy!
Please, master, don't leave me.
Shut up, stupid. They managed to shoot the tiniest target. That's true. In Russia, secret room follow Bella. What the fuck? The second the cop shoots his little buddy, he has to know he's made. Man, cops, they say cops nowadays use their guns too liberally. In the movies, in the 50s, the cops just shoot. They give zero fucks.
Toby, my son. Where is Toby, master?
Toby's gone. Alice,
You shouldn't have left.
stop whimpering. How's the Countess?
Waiting as usual.
Hurry up,
Wait,
let's go.
she gave birth to the beastly guy and the dwarf? Wait, are they Bella's kids too? Like, is Bella knocking this woman up for a henchman?
There was trouble,
Yes, but we'll be finished before anyone finds us.
but the bride. What will we do without them?
We have to leave him here.
Which means I will perish.
Oh, it isn't hopeless I find other girls. In the meantime, we take this one with us.
What are you waiting for?
I'm explaining everything to you. If you want me in a hurry, stop
Well,
asking
my
me stupid
dear,
questions.
Again we meet, only under different circumstances. I would have preferred that you would be a bride, but it really doesn't matter. You will serve our purpose just as well.
Now both of my sons are gone. You betrayed me, master.
I heard enough. There's work to do.
Now I'm going to pull out your pituitary gland, but I'm going to make sure that swab it first, because I'm a doctor, damn it. Yeah, he does slap good. I thought he was challenging her to a duel. Uh-oh. She's got a letter opener.
You betrayed me, master. You shouldn't have done it.
I'm going to kill you. Wait, who is that? Billy's strangling face. He's very good at strangling. Oh, it's so hard to use a syringe with a dagger in your back.
You stay here and cover that room.
Your hand is unsteady.
Well, forgive me, but I have a knife in my back. Wait, he strangled the woman but didn't finish the job? Oh, there she goes again.
Pat!
Pat. Pat. Is she dead?
No. Just scared to death.
All right. Break it up. We've got headlines to write.
Do I
I'm a
get
doctor.
violence?
After this, you can have a clothesline with my shirt on it.
What? I thought he meant a clothesline
I
like,
now
you know,
pronounce you
a wrestling move.
man and wife.
Finally make a newspaper woman out of you, and then you have to go and quit.
And to think that this was the cause of it all.
Jesus Christ. Both of these movies didn't end. They just fucking quit. We had to murder 45 people at the end in the last 2 minutes. Ugh, that wasn't one of his better ones. Woof. 11:45. Okay, good. We're right on schedule. Wow, that was terrible. Yeah, that came out of... That was the biggest shock of the flick. Ah, this could have been our wedding, you know? And she's like, oh, is that a proposal? And he's like, yeah. She's like, I accept. This has been the happiest 36 hours of my life. I I did. I dropped my fucking controller. It's got the microphone plugged into it because I was just like, what? You have got to be shitting me. Alright, before we get... I need to get a new water. Badunk. Alright, finally. The final movie of the evening. Let's get rid of Bella there. Wowzers, that was bad. Like, I know Bella doesn't make many good movies, you know, but Jesus wept.